Welcome to the Leadership Collective. I'm Sandra Elizabeth, and thank you for joining me today. You may be driving to work, you may be sitting in your office, you might even be exercising or simply taking a few moments to invest in yourself. Today we're talking about something that every leader has, but not every leader develops, and that is character. You see, talent may get you noticed. Education may qualify you. Experience may promote you. But it is your character that determines how long you stay there. Because at the end of the day, people don't follow titles. They follow trust, and trust is built on character. Imagine building a skyscraper. Everyone admires the glass walls, the beautiful architecture, the impressive height. People stop and take photographs. But no one talks about the foundation buried deep beneath the ground. Yet here's the truth. If the foundation fails, everything above it eventually collapses. Leadership works exactly the same way. People notice your success, they notice your achievements, your position, but underneath it all, your character is the foundation holding everything together. You may be a leader of children, you may be a leader of your family, a leader of a community. What foundation do you carry for all of that? So let's begin with what is character. Character isn't your personality, it's not your charisma, it's not your reputation. It is the sum of your values, your choices, and your actions. I'm going to say it again. It is the sum of your values, your choices, and your actions, especially when no one is watching. Reputation is what people think you are. Character is who you really are. And here's something worth remembering. Your reputation is built in public, but your character is built in private. Ask yourself this question. If no one ever discovered what you did behind closed doors, would you still make the same decisions? That's where character is revealed. People often believe that character is formed during life's biggest moments. I don't think that's true. Character is built in ordinary moments. Keeping your word, being honest, showing up on time, owning your mistakes, treating people with respect, doing quality work when nobody checks. Small decisions repeated consistently become your character, and eventually your character becomes your reputation. We have all seen incredibly talented people lose everything, not because they lacked ability, but because they lacked character. Talent can open doors, but character keeps them open. Knowledge gets attention. Character earns respect. Your influence attracts followers, but character creates trust. If you're building a career, don't just build your resume, build your character, because one can be taken away, the other becomes your lasting legacy. There is such a thing called the character test. See, life has a way of testing us, not only when everything is going wrong, but also when everything is going right. Success can test your character just as much as failure. How do you treat people when you've been promoted? How do you treat the people who helped you start up your organization? How do you treat the people who helped you when you had nothing? Are you now in the big league, or do you remain humble? Do you remember those who helped you? Do you celebrate those people who helped you? Does success change you? True character remains consistent, whether you're leading the meeting or sitting quietly in the audience. People are always watching. Your children are watching, your employees are watching, your colleagues are watching, your friends and your clients are watching. They may not remember every word you say, but they'll remember how you made them feel. How you made them feel. They'll remember whether you kept your promises, whether you treated people fairly, whether you were dependable, whether your actions matched your words. Leadership is more caught than taught. Character requires courage, because doing the right thing isn't always the easiest thing to do. Sometimes it costs you opportunities, it will cost you your popularity, it will cost you convenience. But here's the amazing thing. You never regret doing what's right. You may pay a price today, but you'll enjoy peace tomorrow. Character allows you to sleep at night, knowing that you chose principles over pressure. Long before Abraham Lincoln became President of the United States, he worked as a young store clerk in a small town in Illinois. One evening, after closing the store and counting the day's sales, Lincoln realized he had accidentally overcharged a customer by a few cents. Most people would have thought, it's just a few cents. It's nothing to worry about. No one will even know. But Lincoln couldn't ignore it. After a full day's work, he walked several miles to the customer's home just to return the small amount of money. On another occasion, he discovered he had accidentally given a woman too little tea because the scales had been incorrect. Again, after work, he carried the missing tea to her house to make it right. Think about that. No newspaper was there. No cameras were rolling. No one was applauding. He wasn't trying to build a reputation. He was simply living according to his values. Years later, people gave him the nickname Honest Abe. That reputation wasn't built during his presidency. It was built through countless small decisions long before anyone imagined he would lead a nation. When the time came to trust someone with one of the most divided countries in history, people already knew something about Abraham Lincoln. They knew he could be trusted. Your values are the invincible compass that guides every decision that you make. When your values are clear, your decisions become easier. See, everyone has values, but the question is, are you living by them intentionally? Your values determine your decisions. You don't make decisions based on circumstances. You make decisions based on your values. Someone who values honesty will tell the truth even when it's uncomfortable. Someone who values excellence won't settle for average. Someone who values respect will treat everyone with dignity, regardless of their position. Our values become visible through our actions. I will continue with the subject of values in our next podcast, but let's continue with character. No one is born with strong character. It is shaped through our choices, our discipline, our failures, correction, and perseverance. Your character is built before it is seen. It is the invisible work that creates extraordinary leaders. Your character is not built on stage. It is built in ordinary moments. It's built when you keep your promise even when no one is checking. It's built when you admit you were wrong. It's built when you speak respectfully. Character grows quietly. That's why many people underestimate it. Your character is not about what you're achieving. It's not about what you're posting. It's not about what social media sees. It's who are you becoming? Because your leadership is never just about what you accomplish. It is about the person you're becoming whilst accomplishing it. One of my favorite principles about character is pressure doesn't create character. Pressure reveals it. When deadlines become overwhelming, your character speaks. When someone criticizes you unfairly, your character speaks. When success finally arrives, your character certainly speaks. The real test isn't when life becomes difficult. The real test is whether your values remain consistent when it does. Oftentimes we say failure builds character, but sometimes success tests it even more. Success asks different questions. Will you stay humble? Will you continue learning? Will you listen to people? Will you remember those that were in your path? Titles have a way of changing people. Strong character keeps success from changing who you are. When you enter a room, your character walks in before you do. Think about the people that you admire the most. Why do you trust them? Is it because they are the smartest, the wealthiest, or the most successful? You trust them because they're consistent. Their words match their actions. They're dependable. They are authentic. And their character introduces them before they even speak. So character isn't something you hope for. It is something you practice. It is something you build. Here are 5 daily habits that will help you. Keep your promises, even if they're small ones. Own up to your mistakes. Don't waste energy defending them. Learn from them. Be consistent. Treat people the same regardless of their position. Stay humble. The moment you think you've arrived, growth stops. Choose values over convenience, because convenience will build comfort, whilst values will build your character. There is a legacy in character. At the end of your career, people won't remember all your presentations. They won't remember your meetings and your achievements. They will remember something far more important: how you treated them, whether you kept your word, and whether you could be trusted. So your character becomes your legacy long after your job title has disappeared. As I come to the end of this podcast, I want to challenge you. I want you to do one thing at the end of each day. Ask yourself these 3 questions. Did I honor my values today? Did I become a better person today? Would someone trust me more because of how I lived today? My point here is, don't measure your day only by your productivity. Measure it by the person you became. Remember this: success can make you visible. Character makes you valuable. Success will open the door, but your character will determine whether people will invite you back. Never ever sacrifice your character for temporary success, because success without character is fragile. Your character without success still has value. But when success and character come together, you become the kind of leader that people will trust, respect, and remember. Character is the invisible foundation beneath every visible success. Build it daily, protect it fiercely, and let it become the legacy that you leave behind. Thank you for joining me today on this Leadership Collective. If today's episode challenged you, share it with someone who believes that leadership is about more than titles and achievements. Remember, your character isn't built overnight. It's built every day, one choice at a time. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing. I'll see you in the next episode.